Hello, my name is Olivia Lucero, and this is Initiatives and Referendums. So to begin, it's important that we understand the definition for both of those terms. So an initiative is the proposal of a new law or the amending of a law by voters, and in order for this to happen, registered voters have to obtain signatures, and then if there are enough signatures on this petition, it can be placed on a ballot. A referendum is the vetoing of a law or part of a law by the people, and in order for this to occur, registered voters also have to obtain signatures on a petition, and then if there are enough, it can be placed on a ballot. Okay, so the process for creating an initiative and referendum are essentially the same. The first step is to form a political committee and then file for an application to receive a serial number. Then folks acquire appropriate initiative petitions or referendum petitions, and then they have to make sure that any paid or out-of-state circulators have registered. Once those steps have been completed, the circulating of the petition can begin, and now it'd be time to get signatures from registered voters. After the petition has been circulated, it would then be submitted to the Secretary of State, which then processes the initiative to see if there were enough signatures to make it onto the ballot. Like I mentioned before, the process to create a referendum is the same as an initiative. They would just have to create So some of the differences that occur between initiatives and referendums is that initiatives start with the people. They're able to create the proposal of a new law or the amendment of a law, and these ideas are coming from them. It's something new, something that hasn't been done yet. A referendum originates with the government, and the legislature submits legislation for the people to vote upon. Like mentioned previously, the creation of initiatives and referendums are the same, so they have that in comparison. And like I mentioned previously, the creation of initiatives and referendums are the same, so they do have that in common. And some of the differences that initiatives and referendums have is that initiatives start with the people. This is coming from them, their ideas of a new law or the amendment of a law, something that hasn't been done before. And then a referendum is originated with the government. So the legislature submits legislation to the people for them to approve or deny. So some of the pros that referendums bring to the table is that they help re-engage voters with politics. So some of the pros that referendums bring to the table is that they help to re-engage voters with politics and democracy. Another pro for referendums includes the potential to resolve political problems. Some of the cons involved with referendums include weakening representative democracy by not placing a lot of power into representatives. And also, voters may not have enough information to make credible decisions on some of the referendums that are being put in place. Some of the benefits that occur with using initiatives is that it is a really good opportunity to check on the activities of the government, essentially keeping them accountable, and also allowing the citizens to have buy-in to their state and how it's ran. One of the A couple of disadvantages that occur with initiatives is the potential for a law to be poorly drafted, and also there could be a lot of initiatives that are being brought to the table which might not allow everyone to get or receive enough information on all of them, and being able to vote on something that they don't have a lot of information on just because there's so many of them. So how do initiatives and referendums apply to direct democracy? So it's important to understand the definition of direct democracy, and really all this is direct participation of citizens in the democratic decision making. And with that being said, initiatives and referendums allow the people to make decisions. That it allows the people to approve or deny something that could potentially impact them a certain way. So really it's just the involvement of the citizens within making decisions for their government and for their region and area.